Well, thank you so much. Here, other Farm Chief YouTube channel. It is the Farmers TV. Those who are watching us from different countries, thank you so much. Hope you're gaining. Hope you're changing your lives. As I told you, we always bring you those people, the fruitful people, those people who tell you the facts. And when you put all what they've told you into consideration, you do the way they've told you to do, it is definitely 100% that you will gain profits and you will become a teacher to those who didn't know, who have not yet seen us. So tell a friend to tell a friend that at the Farm Chief YouTube channel, it is the only channel, it is the Farmers TV where to get that necessary information when it comes to farming. My name is Dipatoka Telega, the Farm Chief. Those who have subscribed, thank you so much. That was 2023. That's when we talked about Alston. That was our first episode. So people have been asking me, Farm Chief, can you please give us another edition on how to plant, how to farm Alstone F1? I have a friend of mine that is Bosco from Pakwachi. Actually, he's been calling me, please, can you give us another edition? So here we are. I'm with Ambrose, the director, Faith Agro Inputs, Uganda Limited, the #1 CD distributors, plus other chemicals as far as farming is concerned. Well, Ambrose.
Thank you very much, our dear viewers. Once again, we are back for the second episode. And the difference between the first and second episode is the first one we tried out a different way of staking. And also the second we also explored a different method of staking. So this is tomato Alstone F1. Alston being a game changer on this market, because remember the market wants a big sized fruit, firm and very red. And sometimes for those ones who have planted it, who have tested it, they say it is very sweet, more especially for salads. All are the considerations that we normally look at when we are selecting varieties for our market. Now, as a farmer who is out there and you want something that is going to take you places, Alston is one of them. First and foremost, Alston has been able to change the lives of so many farmers. Given the fact that it's a variety that can be harvested for a slightly longer period of time. For those areas that are prone to bacterial wilt, it is tolerant, highly tolerant to bacterial wilt. We've had issues with the nematodes, and we are organizing, we are devising mechanisms on how to address that. So the issues with nematodes should not worry you. We are on the final stages of introducing a solution to that. So in future, we think our farmers are going to continue enjoying and continue realizing their dreams, more especially in farming. Now, why? A farmer will ask, why should I go for Alston? Number one, because of the fruit size. The fruit ranges between 180 to 220 grams. Number two,
Repeat that.
180 to 220 grams, a single fruit. That
comes
means,
to weight.
Yes, that means 5 fruits are able to give you 1 kilo. And you know, market dynamics are changing soon. They are going to start buying these fruits in kilo. Like in Kenya, they have adopted it. It's now on.
Even
It's
here
only
in Uganda.
it's only in Uganda
where you find
that we are still lagging behind.
meandering.
But fruit weight is the next whatever frontier when it comes to market. Number two is the firmness of the fruit. You know, The president hinted of Uganda being on transition to middle class, middle income status. And you know, there are descriptors of middle income status. Yeah? Our market is predominantly those people who are buying tomatoes daily. But when we dive into middle income status, people will be buying weekly, bi-weekly, all that kind of stuff. So we need a variety that is able to suit in that particular market. Then number 3, it is indeterminate. Indeterminate means you harvest and it continues growing.
It is termed as what?
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate. You harvest and then it continues growing. So that means you can harvest for a period of 8-9 months depending on your management and agronomical practices, which we also provide as Faith Agro inputs. Then apart from that, I'll take you through the sneak peek of sometimes how it is done is more important than just praising it here and a farmer cannot do it. First of all,
before we go further, Mr. Ambrose.
Yes, please.
As you all know that we are working for farmers.
Yes.
And we are working for real farmers. Those people have been asking me, is this tomato variety suitable for anywhere like climate? Like we have people maybe in people in different, like people in Mbale, we have people maybe in Barara, and even other areas when their climate conditions.
West Nile,
like
Northern, Sudan.
Does it fit in each and every climate?
You see, this tomato is designed for tropical climate. And all those areas you've highlighted are basically tropical climate areas. That is the major determinant. Then number 2, when all is said and done, it's the agronomical practices. How is it grown? That is the major thing. Because sometimes we do a disservice to our viewers. We show them the already mature crop. So they are adopting that mature crop. They have never had an opportunity.
Really?
They have never tried it out from seed to this stage. And that is what I want to take them through slightly in a summary. First of all, tomato seeds, just like any other crop, is planted in nursery bed. A nursery bed normally is 21 days. 21 days is 3 weeks. From 3 weeks you transplant. And I want to state this clearly. Farmers make a lot of mistakes. Once you've established your nursery bed, start preparing your seed bed. Now, what do I mean by preparing your seed bed? Start preparing where your garden, where you are going to transplant. Now, what do I mean by preparing? You start digging the holes, putting the manure. You know, these tomatoes, more especially the ones that we harvest for a long period of time, are majorly dependent on manure.
Which
in
manure?
Future, by the way, natural, the poultry manure, the cow dung, all that kind of stuff. But in future, we are negotiating with our partners, fertilizer companies, to introduce us some fertilizers which are organic. Let's say, for example, Yara has something called Yara Suna. You get 3 bags of Yara Suna, 1 bag of power, mix, and then put in the hole. It basically serves those farmers who do not have what?
The natural fertilizers.
Who do not have the manures, or who cannot access them. So therefore, as Faith Agro, we are trying to troubleshoot these things to ensure that our growers are able to have the solutions to their challenges at their fingertips. We also have SR fertilizers. They are also blending the poultry manure. They are also doing value addition or improvement on the poultry manure to ensure that it is able to meet the nutrition requirements for our crops at different stages. So that one can also be applied. And then after that, I was talking of preparing. Once you've prepared, ensure that your garden at least 2 weeks before you transplant. Some farmers make mistakes. He digs the hole in the morning and transplants in the evening. That is wrong. You're supposed to dig a hole, put the manure. Now, a case in point, when you are using poultry manure, you allow it to decompose. Remember, majority of poultry manure, they emit ammonia gas that scorches the fiber roots. Yeah? So when you rush, you'll find that your seedlings will get problems. You'll have you spend a lot of money in gap filling. And remember, seed is expensive. So that is why we recommend that you try it in advance, so that you are able to reduce those negative effects that are associated with the what? With the poultry manure. So put there 2 weeks in advance before you do what? You transplant.
Even if it doesn't rain, so long as you apply those
if
manures.
there is no rain, and sometimes our farming activities are not predominantly dependent on the rains. If there is no rain, you need to devise mechanisms of irrigation.
Applying some water.
Yeah? So once you've put the manure, you irrigate. The reason why you are irrigating, you ensure that this organic manure decomposes. By the time you introduce your seedling, it has already decomposed. Just like a fertilizer is an enabler for the plant to utilize the nutrients in the manure. Just like you want to eat food. When you are chewing and swallowing, you are not chewing protein specifically, you are not chewing carbohydrates, you are chewing a whole lump sum. Yeah? But now it is your system now to digest them and then harness different nutrients for different departments. So that is why, that is the difference between fertilizer and manure. Fertilizer are specific for different stages of the crop. And that is the reason why sometimes when you apply fertilizer, what are the characteristics? The plant produces the fiber roots, which in most cases does not happen when you are applying what? Manure. I highlighted earlier that when you put the poultry manure, it produces that gas in the process of decomposing, and that gas scorches the what?
The fibers.
The plant.
The roots.
It scorches, it burns the fiber roots. So when you subject your crop in such a scenario, it will give you problems, both social efficiency, the vigor in growth will not be there. And once those things are not there, my friend, forget about the results, the yield. And if you don't get the yield, there is no value for money. And then as Faith Agro Inputs, it is upon us to ensure that we break down these things in a simple language that a farmer can understand. So, it is very important for farmers to ensure that they put the manure in advance before they do the what? The seeding. When they are planting, they introduce our Yaramira power to ensure that now this young seedling is enabled to harness nutrients from the soil. We shall also apply the foliar fertilizer. Remember to adopt our nutrition spray program. When we are spraying, let's say we mix a foliar fertilizer and an insecticide. For simple food web, for those who studied food web theory, fertilizer is food to the plant. The plant is food to the insect. So we get an insecticide and mix in the fertilizer and then apply on the what? On the plant, so that we disorganize the what? The insect. As we disorganize the insect, the plant enjoys. As the plant enjoys, probably our pocket will also smile. So therefore, it is very important. So we have fertilizers that we put in different stages. Let's say at vegetative stage, we still maintain we use Vano. Vano is basically copper and zinc. Copper being, it acts on the immune system of the plant. The ability for this plant to withstand any slight challenges, it should be able to soldier on. Then zinc also helps this plant to conduct photosynthesis. You remember, we need to introduce our plants as tender as they are to be able to produce photosynthesis, because it's photosynthesis that will determine the quality and the kind of fruits that we are going to harvest. So Vano will help us in that aspect. After 3 weeks, we shall introduce our BMO. Remember, we've had a lot of a lengthy discussion about BMO and how it affects, and that is how it also qualifies how you came to learn of BMO to ensure that all the flowers graduate into fruits.
I remember, Mr. Ambrose.
Yes.
So, by the time you were teaching us BMO, you told us that BMO on tomatoes
we apply on the 4th and 5th week.
5th week.
Yes.
But this time around, you're telling us we apply BMO on the 3rd week.
No, it is still the 4th and 5th week, because the 1st and 3rd week we apply Vano.
Okay.
Yes. Now the 6th and 7th week we apply Fruit Boost. Fruit Boost is consolidate, enhance, ensure that the fruit size is what we are looking at, size, shape and weight. Remember, we have just talked to farmers preparing themselves for the weight when they are selling their produce. So we also need to introduce better mechanisms on how they are going to adopt that. So the 7th and 8th week. Now 6th and 7th week. Now 9th and 10th week, we shall apply 4-crop sweet. Now 4-crop sweet, remember, it is rolled.
Reaching time of ripening.
Yes, 4-crop sweet is rolled. Number 1 is uniform ripening. Number 2 is shelf life. Shelf life after harvesting. And number 3 is the taste. You know, sometimes tomatoes are also supposed to be sweet. I've just talked of Alston being sweet. Now imagine if you added the 4-crop sweet. Yeah? It's like adding honey into sugar. So, and that is how we want to prepare our farmers, be able to face the market, fully prepared and mindful of what the market requires, and then be able to interrogate and benefit from whatever they are doing. So farming is real and it is workable. As I want to conclude by saying
before we
that
conclude, Mr.
we are
Ambrose,
not motivational speakers.
Yes, before
we are real farmers who are teaching people how to do the real farming.
Yes, thank you so much. Before we conclude, you've not talked about the spacing, because these people, they've been asking me, and they always asking me that how much is
now for spacing, for like spacing now for this particular one, we tried a spacing of 2 feet by 5 feet.
2 feet.
2 feet plant to plant, then row to row is 5 feet.
What is the specific spacing?
No, it is 2 feet plant to plant. Then row to row is 5 feet. Now why 2 feet? We also want to get to establish a canopy so that our fruits are protected from the scorching sun. And then 5 feet, it also gives us room for doing our intercultural operations. When we are weeding, when we are spraying, when we are harvesting. We don't have to jump over the what? The fruits and over the plants. Then another thing is, the most important thing is the staking. Staking is ensure that we ensure that our plants are lined straight up. It also helps us in aeration, controlling of pests and diseases, and then being able to be economical in spraying, because when you just mulch, it may not be economical in spraying. So staking is also very important, and ensure that sometimes we do not have rejects. We minimize on rejects, much as we minimize on spraying chemicals, but rejects are also highly reduced.
And you provide your contact to our good viewers
now,
so they can easily reach you.
If you want to find us, Faith Agro Inputs, we are located in Kampala, Container Village, opposite Cooper Complex entrance. In Ginger, we are here, source of the Nile Ginger Agriculture Show. This garden is always there. These guys are always offering extension services, on-farm extension services to our farmers. We are also introducing seedlings for those ones who cannot Let's say you have some backyard gardens and you cannot take 1,000 seeds, you want 100 seedlings, 250 seedlings, you can book in advance. Then in Mbale, we are in Tax Park lockup number 15A. My contact also, I would wish we look at the WhatsApp. It is +256 751 93
Yes.
84 89. +256 751 93 84 89. Let's meet in that platform and discuss and explore. And sometimes we shall be sharing some of the latest innovations, latest discoveries when it comes to seed and market dynamics. Sometimes it's also good to share the market dynamics so that farmers, when they decide to go into farming, they know what is expected of them. You know, in Uganda we have a problem. A farmer would call you, he says, I have a piece of land, would you give me seed and fertilizer? Then we share the proceeds at the end of the day.
Can you get me workers?
How do we share proceeds for something that you don't know how to produce? So we also need to, sometimes we also need to be serious, and if you don't know, please visit us. We shall take you through the requirements and the dynamics, how to to go about the garden, so that we are able to be objective.
Thank you so much. I think you've heard each and everything as far as tomato Alstone F1 is necessary. He has talked about everything, the spacing, how to look after, and everything. So for more inquiries, he has given you his contact. Please all, if you have not called him or WhatsApped him, just go in Container Village, shop Faith Agro, in front of Cooper Complex entrance or opposite Total. That's where you'll find him. And those who have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Till then, how are you?